Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our horizontal planners for the next week in October. And I've got these mild liners here ready to go, as well as these Girl Boss Anna overlay tapes and these sticker books which I'll pull from. So this is the second week of the October Plannable Challenge, and this week's theme is Pumpkin Everything. So if you'd like to participate, go ahead and post your spreads up on Instagram using the hashtag PlannableOctober2022. We'd love to see what you come up with. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper to plan out the design for the week. I pulled a bunch of pumpkins from all of the sticker books I just showed you there. Started collecting them all and just seeing what I had in my stash, and it was a little bit much to put in all of those sticker books, so I probably won't list them all down below, but this theme can be done with any sticker books that you have in your stash that have pumpkins. So it's not really that important that you have these specific stickers, just if you have pumpkins, this will work. Or if you decide to, repurpose this theme and do something else like ice cream or something like that, you could totally do the same thing. So I have these pumpkins here from all different books and all different styles, and most of these I only have a few of each, so not enough really to do a full spread with them, but enough to kind of combine them all together and then make a spread out of that. So that's what I'm going to start doing, and I'm going to start with the bottom. I'm thinking maybe kind of pumpkin-y patch feels at the bottom, just pumpkins on the ground, and we'll see where we take it from there. I'm also thinking maybe even a full border, but I'm not 100% sure I have enough to really make that work. So we'll see as we go what I can really make happen with these stickers. I also pulled a few different quotes and some boxes with pumpkins on them as well for focus boxes. That quote at the top, it says pumpkin everything at this point, used to say pumpkin spice everything, so I just cut that out, and I thought that would work perfectly for the Plannable Challenge. I also have that hello pumpkin season quote that I pulled. So the pumpkin everything quote came from the original fall sticker book, I believe. So that is like the OG fall sticker book that Happy Planner came out with. But if you want any more specifics about certain stickers, just let me know and I will give you the deets. So I started to kind of wrap those pumpkins around the sides, but I'm starting to see that I might be short, so we'll see how we work out that problem. Now I am really just trying to mix up the styles of pumpkins, the different colors, and I have paper and clear, and you guys know, if you follow my channel, I really dislike mixing paper and clear, but I feel like this is a very hodgepodgey spread to begin with, so maybe it will all work out in the end if I go ahead and do it that way with them mixed together. Just adds to the hodgepodge style of this spread. I went back and forth on this, you guys. I have some pumpkin stickers from that Planny Thing sticker book that I'm not using, and I really like them because there's a lot of them and you can make a full spread really nice. But I had already started pulling these pumpkins to just kind of see what I had in my stash, so I felt like I should use them and save those other ones for maybe another type of spread. But I went back and forth. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this because it is so hodgepodgey, and I tend to really like to dial in my designs. I like to have everything kind of matchy-matchy for some things, or at least that everything feels like one cohesive design. I don't like to mix styles very much. That's kind of just the way I plan. I like to make things look very uniform as far as how the stickers feel, like the mood I'm trying to create, everything kind of matches that mood. So this is got cutesy, like hand-drawn pumpkins. We've got like watercolor style, clear pumpkins. We've got traditionally very, structured, drawn pumpkins. So a lot of different styles here that I'm trying to make work all together into one thing. There's really not enough for me to do the sides, so we're going to stick with the top and the bottom. I'm having a hard time finding the right feels for pumpkins from this book. So I'm back in that Planny Thing sticker book to just pull in a few more pumpkins that I need to fill out the top, I think. I'm having a hard time though finding one I feel like is a good match. I know this is very hodgepodgey, but the colors are all pretty vibrant, so this kind of dulled out pumpkin really wasn't working. But I came across this Halloween page, and since I don't really do Halloween spreads, and since there's only one pumpkin on there without any Halloween vibes, I figured that would be a good one to pull, especially because the orange is a nice bright orange that I think will mix in well with these. I'm also kind of modifying here how everything's laid in at the top. I want to make sure I'm not taking up too much room in the top 2 days. I do want it to have those pumpkin feels, but again, I don't want it to be hindering the functionality of the spread. I'm also going to lay in some of these Girl Boss Anna overlay inks, just where those smaller pumpkins are, just to give a little bit more continuous color to the bottom. I was going to use both of the colors, but I think that the orange tone will serve me a little bit better here on the spread. Even though there are some like red toned pumpkins, I feel like the orange is really what's driving the color scheme here on the spread. Reworking this corner a little bit, I feel like it's a little off balance, so adjusting the stickers, figuring out how best to lay them in so it does feel balanced. And again, I'm going to lay in a few more of those overlay inks for some added color. It gives a little bit more of a continuous look to the borders. And that's looking good. I'm liking where this is going. Let's figure out what we're going to do for like focus boxes. Just going to click through some of the books I've pulled and see if there's anything in here else that I want to add in. And I think I'm going to stick with the simpler Planny Thing colorful boxes this week. Just has a nicer, I don't know, kind of mellowing out of the chaos at the top and the bottom. The borders kind of help keep it all in line and therefore keep it as one big thing versus having multiple things scattered around. So I think I'm going to leave it like that and just use those simpler colorful boxes in the middle. And just perusing the Plaything sticker book again for maybe a little bit of decor mixed in here. I'm going to just add a little bit of these smaller pumpkins to the boxes for a little bit more pumpkinness. It's kind of nice to get all of this hodgepodge of pumpkins out of my stash. Many of them really weren't enough to do a full spread with, but I had them there, so it was really a good way to use up some mismatched stickers. Something to keep in mind if you have a bunch of stickers in different styles in the future and any kind of decor sticker, and get some use out of them by laying them together as one big thing. And I'm just going to cover up the end of that pumpkin everything quote because the pumpkins there I don't have on the spread, and I just thought it would be a little bit easier to use this overlaid pumpkin, which I do have in the border, for some repetition. And I'm just going to white out a little bit behind some of these transparent pumpkin stickers. And go ahead and lay down the middle section first so that I can get a nice clean roll off for some of these, or at least a clean pick up and move over, as you'll see. And I'm camouflaging that cut on the quote by laying it across the middle so that you can't really tell I cut the quote because it's straddling the spine. And now I'm whiting out the bottom thick darker line, well actually it's not thick, but darker black line, just so it won't show so strongly behind the pumpkins. And I'm going to go ahead and lay over the first page's section here all at once. Since the stickers are touching, it makes it a little bit easier to do this. I'm going to have it butt up right up against the edge of the page so that I can trim it out and it looks like they are literally sitting on the edge of the page. Same with these as well. Move those over. I'm going to make a little adjustment there with the overhang so I don't have to custom cut the hole out that's above that smaller pumpkin. And then just moving over these ones down here at the bottom, trying to get the right overlay. Trying to minimize the amount of white sticker that you're going to see just by, overlaying the clear stickers really close on those white ones, or adjusting the positioning of them so that I trim off some of that white so it just looks like a normal sticker. I'm going to go ahead and white out a little bit behind this small clear sticker as well, so it has a little bit of a cleaner look. And trimming off the excess at the bottom on this border. Most of it is just scrap, but I will save anything that I think I might be able to reuse in the future. And that's looking good. Let's go ahead and drop in this small box. Again, whiting out behind the clear sticker. And now we'll move over the top, but first I will white out all of the darker black line that might come into contact with those stickers. Some of them will touch the gray lines, but most of the pumpkins here at the top are a bit of a darker orange or paper stickers. So the ones that I've been whiting out behind are somewhat light in tone, and the transparency of them is also sort of light. I just decided to give that little extra oomph to them so that they wouldn't blend as much with the background by whiting out the fine lines behind them. I'm just going to make an adjustment here so it looks a little bit cleaner over the month name. And I'll do the trim out now. The top was a little bit more awkward just because the stems are all facing the top. I guess I could have had the stems facing inward towards the bottom, but that wouldn't have felt right, I don't think, to me. So there's a little bit more white space at the top because the pumpkin stems are normally showing. Nothing really I could do about that without making it look a little bit strange, having the pumpkins inverted or upside down. And just positioning these guys by hand just to get a little bit more evenness to that. And then I'll drop in this last focus box and just white out behind this last pumpkin too. That looks good. And finish out the trimming here at the top. I really wasn't sure if I was going to like this spread, but I think it works. Again, kind of hodgepodgey, but a good way to use up your stash. And we will try and cut out any overhang right now in those holes so I can get it in my planner. Just using my precision cutter for this. And lastly, we'll drop in my checklist using my zebra mild liner. And once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment too if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye.